It's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
How old are you?
You're starting
19?
with the hate speech already.
19.
Oh, thank you.
19
Oh, wait,
years
that
old.
was like, that turned out to be love
19
speech.
years old.
I'm so happy. I've got my parents here. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Returning champion.
Ah,
Everyone loved you from the
thank
Oscars.
you. One and all, thank you so much.
And I'm so excited. Making his debut on my channel. Only my best friend, my dad.
Hi there.
What up?
Hi there. I'm warning you in advance. I'm not as dirty as your mother is.
He's the normal one in the family. You guys should know. Like, I don't know if you saw, but like in that video we made, do you remember the Munsters?
Of course.
You're like the normal one in the Munsters
Yep.
family,
All right.
and we're like friggin'
Oh,
Herman
wait,
and
who is
Lily.
it?
Well, we need someone.
Their
right?
niece?
What's that?
Their niece, the blonde
Yeah,
girl. She was the
Marilyn.
number one. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
I have
God.
to talk about you. So my other best friend, Mr. John Cole.
Hey, buddy.
I should say I love you.
I love you too.
Peter got sick, so he couldn't make it, but he's coming to Texas with me, so I'm gonna see him tomorrow. Hey Leah, hey Liz, hey everyone.
We love Peter. We miss him.
And we love Leah.
We wish him a speedy recovery. And we love Leah too. What's up?
So, how have you guys been? Dad, I should warn you, like,
Right.
nobody's gonna you're gonna be canceled. Nobody's gonna speak to you just for coming on my channel. Are you
It's
ready?
okay. I don't do anything anyway.
He's so humble.
Yeah.
So humble.
Yeah,
No, people liked you though, from our video.
yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't believe me when I tell her.
No, I do. I do.
Well, it's
You have a
called,
very sweet audience.
It's called shock value.
Yeah, and honestly, how could they not? How could they not?
Let me know, by the
love
way, if you guys can like hear us okay, because my mic sucks. Also we have hey Shada, hey Jeremy. We've super chats. You guys should hit me up on super chat. If you want, they don't like pay you for months in advance. So if you want, I have like Venmo and all my stuff down there. If anyone feels so inclined, we have a super chat. Jeremy, you're the best. Happy birthday. He said.
you? Oh, that was nice. That was
Leah said, Mom. Leah said that Oscars recap is hands down one of my favorite videos ever.
How about that? How about that?
I told you, it's shock value. They,
Yeah.
they don't believe what comes out of your mouth.
I know. I know.
When I was a kid, he would always have to be like making excuses, not just for like his two basically dirty, foul-mouthed kids. The two of his son and his trophy.
That's right.
So how have you been, my love?
I've been good. Just hanging out, floating,
Yeah,
enjoying the lifting of the mandates.
yeah, that's
Going
right.
to bars, traveling without a face diaper. It's beautiful.
I kind of haven't really been anywhere though since. 'Cause I don't even trust that the mandates are really going to be lifted or anything. I know they kind of technically have been. But
In New York, you got a lot of people who are still clinging.
what did they just say in New
to
York? Was what was it that they're keeping? What are they keeping?
Uber.
That's right.
You still gotta wear a mask in Uber. It's still required in New York City.
No, and I was
ride an Uber.
I was on the train the other day and they had signs everywhere, masks required. I was like, still?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I had a problem today in the cab, in the car service I took here. The guy gave me a real hard time with a mask, and I didn't want to put it on. He made such a big thing over it. I finally put it on just to avoid a fight, you know?
Yeah, just to humor him.
Yeah.
I think it's all bullshit.
It is.
No disrespect.
No disrespect. Oh, we've hit our first no
All the
disrespect.
disrespect.
All the
All the
disrespect.
But come on,
There
I
she
love.
goes.
is what everybody I spoke to, all my loved ones are running scared. Maria, Peggy, everybody, all my friends.
You're already talking shit
yeah.
about your friends by name.
Yes, I love
You swear I
them,
got a friend.
but I'm sorry. They're on another planet. Oh, did you get this vaccine? No, I got no vaccine. Nothing. And I'm not getting a vaccine.
Good for you.
So there.
Good for
I love you, baby.
He wants it. So it's like, look, happy family. He got it. He wanted it. She didn't want it. I don't want it. No one cares. As it should be.
Wait, and you're all still supporting each other and talking to each other?
Barely.
Shocking. Shocking. I rode the Metro North this last week over Easter weekend, and on my way up, nobody said anything to me about masks. But on my way back into New York, one of the conductors, he handed me one of those paper masks, and I took it from him, immediately stuck it right in my pocket as he was looking at me, and he had no follow-up.
I thought you were going to say you stuck it.
No.
Where?
Well, no, at the end I took it out, and they have those little loops on the seat. And they have those little loops on the seat. So I took it out of my pocket, and I just stuck it under the loop where they keep the tickets, because I don't want to.
You know, Johnny,
deal with that.
I think people are confused. I really do.
What do you mean?
Well, I speak to people. They're not sure. Is a mandate still on?
Mm-hmm.
Is it not on? Is it okay to not wear a mask in certain places?
Yes, it's okay. Just say no. That's how.
Other places, can they demand you wear a mask?
No.
It's definitely prickly. I think a lot of the confusion, especially in New York, is lack of clear guidelines, because the CDC said, hey, we're getting rid of the airline mask mandates and stuff like that. But then you have states like New York who are keeping all of their local travel guidelines in place, all of their local mask mandates in place.
Wait, I just have to read this from Brooke. Hey, Brooke.
So ridiculous. What does Brooke have to say?
One of the teachers was griping that I didn't have adult masks in my school library. I offered him a roll of duct tape.
Good for
I'll
you.
bet it still didn't work on him.
I should say, though, by the way, just so you guys know, like, red pilling my dad is like my full-time job. I've been working. Do you know what red pilling is?
No.
Okay, how do you explain it? So, like, have you ever seen The Matrix?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Oh,
I never saw The Matrix.
Yeah.
Then how are you explaining the
Because I know about
metaphor?
it. It's like I've never seen, E.T., but I know how to do this shit.
I have seen that movie so many times.
Do this shit with me.
Oh,
I haven't.
So what is red pilling?
Okay, so, like, apparently, I don't know, you guys tell me because I haven't seen it, but, like, apparently in The Matrix, they were like, there's the blue pill and the red pill. And the blue pill, let me know if I'm fucking this shit up. The blue pill is like, you'll stay in fantasy land. But if you take the red pill, you'll see reality as it is. Yeah. Is that right?
Yes. Basically, Morpheus goes up to Keanu Reeves and he says, and he holds out two pills. He says, the blue pill, you stay in Wonderland. You wake up the next day, you believe whatever you want. He says, but if you take the red pill, then you stay here and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes, meaning he's going to like tell him the truth. Right. And then Neo takes the red pill. The very next day, he wakes up out of the Matrix and he sees the real world for what it is, and it's a total headcanon for him. And that's like where the best part of the movie starts.
So when people wake up to the left, it's called taking the red pill.
Yeah,
I see.
So I've been trying to red pill him for years. We're like halfway there.
Oh, well, almost.
She took the whole bottle of red pill.
Honestly, Herb, like you're so easygoing that even if you thought it was total bullshit, you'd just be like, it's all bullshit, whatever. I still love my kids. I still love my friends, no matter what.
That's right.
You're just that kind of guy.
That's the important stuff to me, Johnny.
It is.
I'll tell you, at 90 years old, I'm not going to, there's just certain things that are important to me.
Yeah.
And this guy having a birthday, that's important to me,
That's right.
I agree.
My wife here, beautiful. I always kid her. She doesn't always have a foul mouth.
She doesn't?
But that's what's important to me, So
Amen.
red pill, blue pill, I'm just an old-fashioned guy. Loves his family, loves his friends. I have some friends who I've been, we've been bosom buddies for 60, 70 years. It's unbelievable.
Long time.
I was playing the other night in this building where I'm at. I was playing piano. I give a concert there every Monday night. And as I'm playing, I was talking about this song my mother used to sing to me when I was only 5 years old. She used to sing me to sleep. And it was
What was it?
I'll tell you in a second. It was a beautiful song. And 30 years later, it became Elvis Presley's #1 song ever. And it's called "Are You Lonesome Tonight?" So I'm playing this song, and this genius says to me, "Herb, how many years ago was that?" And I thought for a second, Jesus, 85 years ago.
At least I feel less old then with my birthday.
Whatever, man. I feel more old.
5 years ago.
Wait, I wanted to. 1 second. Oh wait, by the way, though, I was
That's a
just
great
like, he's just so like he said, he's so chill that like I feel like you could find out the world is ending, the apocalypse is here, and you just be like, oh, okay.
You'd be like, this will make a great ending for my book.
Right.
Oh yeah.
That's
Wait,
true.
where
Very
is
good, John.
And then the asteroid struck. The end.
Peter's in the chat. We love
Really?
you. I love you and wish I could be there. We miss you.
Oh.
Peter,
Love you, pal.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Miss your face.
Hi,
get
sweetie.
better. Get better.
Feel better.
We have no patience for illness.
1 sec. Sorry, I'm like very blind at seeing the chat. Oh hey, we have a super chat.
Oh.
Shayna, I love you. Beckham's gift to you. He loves you. Oh, I love him. So Shayna has. Okay, I blame you, Shayna, for that. Which okay, first of all, I still don't know if it's Shayna or Shanna, and I get it wrong every time, so you have to tell me. However, I blame you for this shit that, like, I always hated kids, was like, that would be the worst thing in the world, and then I met her son, and I'm like, oh, I want to have one now.
Yeah.
She has the coolest kid in the world. He's
Aw.
obsessed with horror movies. He had, when I was hanging out with them, he had, like, a Freddy Krueger action figure with him. I'm like, this is like,
How old is he?
I don't know exactly, like, 7, 8? You tell me.
How cute.
But he's just like the coolest freaking kid in the world.
That's great. That's great.
Shayna, I knew it was Shayna. I was doubting myself.
Oh, she even sent you the pronunciation.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I have.
Oh,
What?
9.
Oh, he's not. I was like,
He's
what the
not.
fuck are you
He's
saying,
not.
man? He's not.
I'm helping.
He's
I'm
not.
keeping an eye on the thing.
He's amazing though. So it's your fault that now I'm like, oh, I want to have kids. So anyway, though, people were like sending stuff of like stuff they want us to talk about.
Yeah, I'm
So,
super
The
first
curious.
thing-
mafia?
Mafia.
Because I know something about them.
This-
We know you know about the mafia.
You're secretly mobbed up. I swear to God.
It's a shame they're like not
Yeah.
active
Just kidding.
anymore.
Just kidding.
Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
So anyway, somebody said they wanted to hear our thoughts on the transgender sports issue.
Oh
Okay, so like I said, I kind of gotta like red pill my dad a little bit because like we'll make progress and then he watches CNN and MSNBC and we're like back at square one. But like, so I'm sometimes like kind of surprised when you know about all this shit, but you knew about this issue.
Are you kidding? It's of course I knew about it back in 1976.
Oh.
What?
People who aren't aware of it, there was a tennis player named Renee.
Richards.
Renee Richards was her name when she became a woman, but
Right.
she was a man. So it was Renee Reckert or something like that. I forget the exact name. But she was an amateur. He, at the time, it was a doctor, Renee. Later, when he became a woman, it was Dr. Renee Richards. I just forget that last name. But it was something like Reckert or something like that. So he was an amateur tennis player, and he was ranked about 35. But it wasn't only amateur, it was amateur over 35. So it's a limited market, you know, amateur over 35. And he was ranked, I don't know, about 25 or 30 or something like that. He became a woman, and he was ranked number 3 in the world.
And he
And
played in the women's division?
And he played in the women's division.
I didn't know this has been happening that long.
1976.
Wow.
Renee Richards.
And what happened was they barred her. She was now a woman. They barred her. They started to give some kind of genetic tests to make sure that the women had both chromosomes, XX, where the men had XY.
Right.
And so she tested XY, and they wouldn't allow her to play in the Olympics. And it was a very, very heated debate at the time.
I should mention
Wow.
he used to be a basketball player, so he was in sports.
You know, I was in sports
76.
most of my life, and I coached in high school in Brooklyn.
By the way, sorry, parentheses, I just have to say, This is the best comment ever. Mike's mom is the kind of person who would talk about Fight Club. She says.
I can see that.
You bet she's beating the hell out of me for 40 years.
Amber Heard. Sorry.
That's
sorry,
all right.
But
what I'm saying, it was a ticklish topic then, and that was what, 45, 47 years
I
ago.
was going to say, this is the
Ouch.
first time hearing of this.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Wow.
so you can look it up on the internet. So Renee Richards now, as a woman, became like third ranked in the world pro. I'm not saying she was now 42 and she was ranked 3 in the world in the women's division. Pro, not amateur, not over 35. So the difference in men's muscular abilities or ability in athletics as compared to women, even though I know a lot of people think women can compete with men. I don't believe it. But I've spoken to people who think I'm an old, I don't know, just an old fuddy-duddy with archaic ideas. I'll tell you what triggered my thinking. Just last year, the Olympics in Japan, and the U.S.
Was it China?
It
Was it China or Japan?
Was it China?
It was one of those countries.
I think you're right. I think it was.
You know what he's talking about?
I actually can't remember. It was the most recent. It was the most recent.
Yes,
Olympics.
it was in Beijing. But you're right. It was in China.
That's right.
My era. And so the finals, the women's basketball finals, were between Japan, or was it China? See, now I'm confusing.
But what was it? So it was
But anyway, I think it was China.
China
or Japan against the U.S. The U.S. team averaged about 6'4", 6'5". The women, the Japanese or the Chinese team averaged about 5'8". So
not super tall.
Not super tall. So this woman who I was sitting with friends, I said, this woman moves too well to be a woman. Found out she was transgender and scored like 30 some odd points, and
It's impressive.
They beat the Asian team. If it was Japan or China, please forgive my memory.
It was one of them.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. But anyway, though, so all of these nut jobs are now saying there's no physical differences between men and women.
That's what they said. That if someone is fully made themselves, gotten the surgery and everything, and gotten the hormone shots and everything that makes a difference between a woman and is now officially a woman, they should be allowed to compete.
What's that, change their bones?
Well, a lot of people feel they should be allowed to.
I feel like nobody actually thinks that. Just people pretend to.
Well,
I mean, I everything I've read, I try and find the perspective from the female athletes, from the biologically female athletes.
Right.
With that UPenn swimmer,
Leah Thomas. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah.
First of all,
Leah Thomas.
there's only one Leah, so I don't like her squatting on our girl's name. I don't like that.
Well, no, that whole thing.
That's
But
my
there
girl.
was one of the big controversies was that other female swimmer who got bumped from the playoffs or bumped down the list and wasn't able to compete because Leah took that spot.
Right. It's a ticklish situation. I feel that men, they're born as men, to compete against women. I don't know. Maybe I am okay.
No, you're not. You
No.
live in reality. You're these people are trying to get you to live in this ridiculous Alice in Wonderland world.
Well, the big thing to me is like sports is supposed to be the great unifier. Sports is supposed to bring people together. That's why
There's nothing like that.
That's why everybody could sit down and watch the Olympics, no matter your political persuasion, and have a good time. And watch the events, cheer for your country, cheer for your team, and come together over it. But this whole thing, this I believe is the fault of the NCAA, because they had an opportunity to use the Olympics guidelines for their swimming events,
Right.
which are no biological men. You know, it's more restrictive that way. But they didn't really do anything. They just allowed Leah Thomas to compete without really doing very much.
By the way, I can read my mom's thoughts right now that she's like, I don't give a fuck about this sports topics you're all talking about. Am I wrong?
No,
Yeah,
that's why I said, let's talk about the mafia. Let's talk about the mom.
The only things my mom ever wants to talk about, the mafia food. That's it.
That's it.
And her singing career.
Thank
Let's not
you.
forget that.
Well, I wasn't bad.
No,
It's
your,
true.
your mom was
Great.
a great singer.
I
Aw.
wouldn't go that
She-
far.
No, she was a wonderful singer.
I've posted your music online before. People love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Which
Mhm.
ones?
What was it? Lady is a Tramp.
Lady, that's
Oh,
why.
That
My
was
favorite.
great.
Is a tramp.
That was great.
Thank
When
you.
Peter is here the next time, by the way, let me know if you guys want us to do like more of these. When Peter's here, I thought we could do like sing-alongs, but his hand is fucked up and I haven't played guitar in like a year, so
Well, we should get a keyboard in here. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
yeah.
what a good
Um,
idea.
But yeah,
You
what I was going to say is like you're expected to sort of feel like you need to change your perception of reality, but no, you're the one who is existing in this reality. There are differences between men and women.
There are,
Yes.
I feel that way, but a lot of people, it's really a social issue more than an athletic issue, I think.
To them,
I mean, they're concerned about the equality of a person wishing to change their gender to.
so do it, but that doesn't. Or here's two things I want to say. One, I swear, I really want to start.
Oh, am I off camera?
Yes.
Am I off camera? I'm sorry.
Notice
I
how.
want to give you the spotlight.
No. I wanna look cuter by standing next to you because you're the cutest. What the fuck was I saying?
No, if you look cuter standing next to me, doesn't that make me the ugly one?
No, it means you like up. The
So you look
cuteness
better by
quotient.
comparison?
No,
He's saying
I am not. Fuck off. What was I saying? Oh
We
yeah.
talk about the swimming thing.
Notice how it is always biological men, transgender women, wanting to compete with women. Never the other way around.
Oh, yeah. I've never
ever
seen a
once.
story about a biological woman who wants to compete on
Well,
the male wrestling team.
Well, it's funny you should say that.
Never.
Because I just heard something maybe a day or two ago about this woman, and it's in the track and field area, becoming transgender into a man, because she always had the male genes or whatever, and she wants to compete with the men. And I'm saying,
Really?
Maybe she's nuts.
I'm saying fine.
Yeah, good luck to
I'd
you.
be interested to
Good
see
luck.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good luck later. Because especially when you talk about track and field, for years ago, believe it or not, I used to throw javelin.
Really?
And
What?
Yeah, I did for a
Oh,
while.
I went through it all.
And your
With
mother
him.
went through it all, from basketball
Yeah.
to javelin throwing to football.
I did learn.
It was a regular
Love
decathlete,
football.
you
I'm
guys.
telling you.
Oh, sorry.
But so you take a sport like javelin throw or shot put or hammer throw or
A
wrestling,
lot of upper body strength required.
upper
there.
body strength, right? It's just an unfair advantage of men to be competing with women, in my opinion. Now you get into
In reality's opinion.
if you get into the social issues of it, that's
So-
something else.
So let me ask you this: how do we address? Because to a lot of people, this is a social issue. This isn't just This isn't just an issue of biology
right.
and genetics. To a lot of people, this is a social issue. So, how do we fix it?
Well, that's
By saying screw yourselves. You're not entitled to. You want. What did you always tell me, Mom?
What?
Want in one hand and shit in the other. See which
Exactly.
fills up
Fills up
first.
first.
Exactly.
You want.
Yeah.
So okay, let me float.
And I want to be able to play in the Olympics.
Let me float this by you: the formation of a transgender league.
Yes, I agree. In theory, that's like the logical choice.
Mhm.
In reality,
It's not
that's
gonna
some funny
happen.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that's
it's not.
like
But-
that would be like if SNL was funny. That would be like a good sketch. The transgender league.
Right.
Excuse me.
I'm just saying.
what happened with Caitlyn Jenner? I mean, now I don't think she competes in anything.
No, she's
she's too old.
yeah.
No,
Oh, really?
She's
competing in politics.
Yeah.
right
Not
now.
anymore.
Yeah, we know
Oh,
that.
Oh, she dropped out?
Oh, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah, that was
Caitlyn Jenner was one of the people that spoke out and said, like, no, Leah Thomas isn't. Leah Thomas. didn't
Caitlyn
learn
Jenner
that.
agrees with us.
Oh, really?
You know? Oh yeah, I saw this hilarious meme. It wasn't. It was like a Caitlyn Jenner, but it was a fake tweet because
Right.
Caitlyn Jenner doesn't say stuff like this. But it was now try competing against other athletes with balls.
Ah, good.
I
for
like
her.
her.
Ooh, damn.
That's
Well, I
great.
don't think she actually like said it, but it was like
I don't care. I like
satirical.
her.
I like her too.
But
I thought it was funny.
Johnny, in answer to your question, what do we do about it? It's already done because the transgenders are now able to compete in all sports against women.
I just think it should
At least
fight
that's
against
what I
that.
see. And
Why have we, two things? One, I think we should start like a foundation to get transgender men, biological women, in men's sports. You'll see how fucking quiet they get.
Right.
It's only fairness, right?
Sure.
Especially MMA,
Sure.
especially
You want
football.
representation in all your-
Representation matters.
in all your sports, yeah.
And also, I think we should start a campaign. Since there are no differences between men and women, men can hit women now. I think that's what we need to advocate. It's equality. It's fairness. Men can hit women.
you know,
Oh yeah,
like-
no, a Supreme Court judge can't tell the difference between men and women.
Yeah,
No.
John biologist.
Yeah, no,
What was it? You ever watch that show Hercules: Legendary Journeys
No,
from back in the '90s?
no.
So the main,
Oh, that one.
yeah, the main
Cena.
the main actor
Oh,
Kevin
okay.
Kevin Sorbo, who played
Get a drink.
Hercules. I actually met him and chatted with him briefly. Very nice guy, very humble guy, but. He said a very interesting thing on Twitter. He said a Supreme Court judge being unable to define woman is a strange roundabout way of saying that being a woman is defined by biology.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I
that-
do
that's-
too.
That's good.
It's just
But-
like, ooh, that's...
But Mike, I have to shoot you down. You know,
Please do.
you forgive me.
No,
but-
do it.
No, let's hear it.
But you're still my baby. I don't care how old you
Whatever.
get.
Aw.
At any rate, you know, when it comes to abuse, many men are abused by women,
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
right? Right. So, you know, when it comes to abuse, I'm so against that. You know, I mean, I
Just
No,
in
me
general?
too. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm saying since they pretend to think that there's no differences between men and women, then why do we say men should not hit women? Why would it matter? Why do we have women's sports? Why do we have all these distinctions
Correct.
if there's no distinction?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, there
Good
is a
point.
distinction.
Of
you know,
course.
it's just I think when they talk about having the surgery and the hormones and everything else, and actually become a woman, that they should be able to compete against women.
Well,
And a lot of people feel that's correct. That's the way it should be. That's the way it is right now.
Mhm.
So,
Mom is like,
Did you hear? Let me ask you this, because we're on this subject. Did you see the recent story about the two female inmates in that all women's prison that got impregnated?
oh my god, yeah.
By,
No,
a
no.
by a transgender inmate who is a biological male.
They're putting biological males into women's
So what they
prisons
did
now.
in this-
talk about abuse.
In this one particular
Wow.
prison, there are 27 trans women who are biological men
That's
in
horrible.
a women's prison, and two of the female
Oh.
inmates are pregnant because
That's
they both had
so-
sex with
so
transgender.
cruel.
I have to
inmates.
say hi to Adam. Adam, you gotta come on here already. We gotta make it happen. You watched me on Adam's show.
yes, I did. Yeah, he's terrific.
See? You're the best, Adam. I miss you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
that's okay. That's all I had to say.
I didn't hear that story.
No,
Oh, yeah.
So there's it's fascinating because people say like, oh, you know, women are women, you know, trans women are women, and then you see stories like this of biological women being impregnated by trans women who are biological men, and you think trans women are women except when they're not, except for in very, very short windows when they just get to take their man card out and wave it around for a few minutes and then put it back in their
Yeah.
pocket.
That's where I think
Well,
that's where I think like having a separate transgender prison or whatever makes the most sense, because
Mhm.
either way with that, if you put them in men's prison, there's going to be abuse either
Absolutely.
way. Give them their own prison.
No, well, yeah, you're gonna have like the really, really like jacked, testosterone infused guys picking on the trans women. Absolutely.
Okay, I gotta find this tweet. So Adam said, so I gotta find this tweet that Adam posted before, but somebody had said to him, there's no such thing as being gay. They're just transgender in denial. Because everyone has to be transgender now. This is it's the trans world, and we're just living in it.
Same thing with lesbians. Lesbians aren't lesbians. They're just they're just trans men, but they don't want to acknowledge it yet. Yeah.
And it's so sick.
I saw that.
These
The
parents
weirdest thing.
getting younger and younger children to be transgender.
Oh yeah.
It's a sickness.
Yeah, that to me is where I think the line ought to be drawn.
I agree.
I say identify however you want. If it doesn't affect me, that's great, but don't push it onto kids, onto vulnerable children.
What bothers me the most about it is I know for a fact that I would have been targeted with this shit if it was around when I was a kid. Because I like dressing weird. I love David Bowie and Rocky Horror and all that, especially when I was young. If that were today, 1,000% they would have convinced me that I'm some sort of transgender or something.
Exactly.
But did you have to dress me up?
Did you have to dress up for something? With Mike?
Halloween. What did we
Halloween.
Oh, I need to see pictures of this.
Yeah, we went.
Internet. You guys need to do your homework and find.
I went as Mike Myers.
Wait, from Austin Powers or from Halloween?
Yeah.
From Austin.
We did that for a different one.
Okay.
We went as Halloween. He was Austin Powers. I was Dr. Evil, and she was Elizabeth Earl.
Oh, that's great. That's funny.
I gotta find this tweet. Sorry, I have like a million notifications. These people are insane, though. Anyway, though, I know you want to get the fuck off the sports shit.
No, not really.
No disrespect.
No disrespect.
Okay, so here's what I thought we could do. Oh wait, Tracy.
I'm teasing.
Thank you so much, Tracy. We had an awesome. Adam sent me the tweet. We had an awesome show the other night. Anyway, I dressed and acted like a boy in school. She said, "Yeah, there's no such thing. You are not allowed. Girls are not allowed to be tomboys nowadays. As soon as you hear of any girl being a tomboy, you know they're gonna start in with that shit."
Yeah.
Well, if you think like back in the 1400s when actors in Shakespeare's day were men, but they would dress as women because only men could be actors in those things. Can you imagine like this same ideology looking at that today?
Yeah. Well.
Oh, they're dressing like women. They're secretly trans on the inside.
Okay, here I got it. The one that tweeted at Adam. Gays are trans people that have a very mild version of transsexualism.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is a pretty big thing to say.
Gender ideology is conversion therapy.
Wow.
Oh my God. Holy
it is.
Shit.
First of all,
holy shit.
First of all, someone said this. I forget who it was. Someone I'm friends with on Twitter said this, so I can't take credit, but it's so accurate. They said there's no such thing as a gay child, only a child who might grow up to be gay. Because when they're talking about this shit of like, oh, the teachers are going to have to out kids who are in kindergarten. They're insane.
Oh.
Honestly, the number of people I've spoken to about Florida's parental rights bill, or as we like to call it, the anti-grooming bill, the people I've spoken to about it who are in favor of it haven't read it.
No, of course
not. Haven't read it at all.
We've talked
I've read it twice.
About this. Have you heard about? We've talked about. Have you heard about the bill in Florida? They are calling it the "Don't Say Gay" bill.
Yeah, but honestly, I didn't read too much about it, so enlighten me.
So they have to lie about everything and obfuscate. I can never pronounce that fucking word.
Obfuscate.
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 I mean, I know how it's supposed to go, but I can't make the sounds come out of my fucking mouth.
I mean, we know what you're saying.
Obfuscate. What is that?
Obscure? To obscure to muddy
No, I know
waters.
what it is. I just can't make the fucking sound. Can you say that word?
Obfuscate.
See, you can't say it. Say it.
What is it?
Obfuscate.
Obfuscate.
Imagine I try to say that time.
No.
What was
Come
I
at
saying?
us if you guys can find the real pronunciation for that
word. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So anyway, since they have to obfuscate everything, the media is labeled the "Don't Say Gay" bill, pretending like, oh, you can't. Oh, if a kid in
You're
school
erasing
has
gay people.
gay parents, like, oh, they can't mention that. It's a lie. What it actually does is it says, first of all, that's a sleight of hand trick because the real main crux of the issue is gender ideology and the transgender shit being pushed on young kids. The sexuality shit is an issue, but that's the issue. So anyway, what it does, it says that teachers cannot instruct kids on gender identity or sexuality for kids in kindergarten through 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And that's what people are flipping out about, and
Yeah.
Disney is protesting.
The bill itself,
losing their minds.
the bill itself says
Kindergarten to 3rd grade.
kindergarten. Yeah.
oh yeah, well the bill itself, like the way they word it is they say teachers may not conduct guided instructions or guided discussions about sexual orientation or gender identity before it is developmentally appropriate within that child.
Right.
So if you're talking to a 5 or a 6, 7-year-old about sex, about gender and stuff like that, you honestly, if you want to do that stuff, you don't belong near children.
Mhm.
You don't belong near a
Thank
school.
you.
You don't
Thank
deserve
you.
to be a teacher,
Yeah.
because that's none of your business. That belongs to the realm of the parents.
And when I was
know?
a kid, like, you guys had plenty of gay friends and stuff, but was this ever?
No,
A thing?
it was never an issue.
No.
like
No.
this. No.
No.
When I grew up, well,
Well, that was when they would behead you for being gay.
the abuse I have to take.
No, I love you.
So mean to him, Mike.
I'm not. I love you.
But no, it was either you were gay or you were lesbian or you were straight. But there was
We laugh at how my dad pronounces
My
lesbian.
grandmother, my mother, everyone like that. Lesbian. Lesbian.
It's more classy that way.
Lesbian.
But it was never. I never heard the word transgender. To be honest with you,
It didn't exist.
not years back.
Ah,
But look, we've progressed in the world, and I think people become more accepting of
some people.
Mhm.
some people.
Some
There's,
people, yeah.
there's still a lot of.
I think though
prejudice.
there's like,
To me,
is there?
I think you're right. Some people do become more accepting, but other people become less accepting over time. Like things tend to balance themselves out that way.
I think
When you have one group of people who says, "Okay, we're now more tolerant, we're now more loving, more forgiving, more accepting,"
I
there's
agree.
always going to be another group of people that's going to just double down and just.
I think we should. I think we should be open-minded, but not so open-minded that your brains fall out.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And they're like they're still on the floor now.
well, I agree with Johnny. When it comes to young kids, you got to be so
Oh.
careful.
Insane,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
vile.
I mean, you told me some stories about 3-year-olds and requesting a sex change. How the hell do you let a 3-year-old make the
They're giving
decision?
double mastectomies to like 13-year-old girls.
Oh. Oh my God.
And I'm the asshole for being against that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Uh-huh.
That's horrendous.
What really genuinely cracks me up is that by this ideology, when you're 5, 6, 7 years old, you are knowledgeable enough to choose what gender you want to be.
Oh.
But if you're 18, 19, 20 and you're $100,000 in student loan debt, they didn't understand what they were signing.
Yes.
We need to forgive student loan debt.
Right.
So how can 5, 6, 7-year-olds be smarter than 18, 19, 20-year-olds who they didn't know what they were getting into when they signed their FAFSA papers or whatever and got federal money? Doesn't make sense.
I feel like I have the best argument against young kids and shit transitioning. When I was 16, I used a fake ID to get a Green Day tattoo.
Really?
That's how capable kids are. No,
I want to see it.
No.
Show the people
That's
the
what
American
kids know
idiot.
about.
Show them the American idiot tattoo.
No,
Have him show.
No.
Have him show
I
it.
won't.
It's on this wrist. That's why he wears the cuff.
I hate you. Get to our super
It's
chat.
awesome. It's the fist with the grenade. It's a fucking great tattoo, man. It's a great album too.
You were
Anyway,
out
it
of
was.
line, Mike.
What?
Great.
You were out of line.
With that?
Yeah,
Steal
with
this
everything at that age.
With everything.
Everything.
Whatever.
But no, like you got your fake ID, you got your tattoo. And then what?
Do you remember, by the way, do you remember when I was in high school and the principal would call you guys in to have a meeting saying that I was drunk and high in class, and you would have to explain, no, really, that's just how he is. That's just his personality.
Oh yeah.
Get up
And she was
down.
like, no, and she was like, see, he's drunk right now.
Right.
And you're like, no, really, that's just how he is.
That was
He always seems drunk all the time.
Well, speaking
No, that was
about-
the other one. Don't say the name.
Speaking about
Oh my
being drunk,
gosh.
I got to tell your watchers, your listeners, a little story about you, okay?
What?
I put you in summer camp, which you hated every minute of it.
You went to
But-
summer
but-
camp?
Oh, yeah.
How old was he?
It was a great camp. I don't know, how old were you? Do you remember? It was in Long
Kid,
Island.
a little kid.
Used to take the bus out to Long Island. It was like an art club. The kids there were very artsy, fartsy.
Okay.
And I mean, it was really a nice camp.
Sure.
I mean, I had to get rid of them some way.
Dick.
So anyway,
Play in the
I-
yard.
I get a
Play
call.
traffic.
I get a call one day from the guy, the head counselor at the camp. Your son Michael is being suspended for a week from camp, so please don't send him back here this week. I said, "What are you talking about? I paid $2,000 for him to go to this
Whoa!
camp for the summer, and you're telling me he's barred from going this week? What did he do that's so terrible?" So he says,
I
"Well,
gotta hear this.
you see, they were in the bus. They were in the bus, and Michael was sitting in the back row, and he looked out the window, and he gave the finger to a midget." So I said, first of all, we call them short people.
Oh, man. Oh, hang
I
on.
laughed.
Mike, something happened with the
No, it didn't.
Oh,
It just does that. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Wait, go
Okay.
on.
Well,
Sorry.
I laughed my ass off, and the guy got mad. He says, "You're barred too."
Wow.
I said, "Listen," I said, "I want my money back if he's barred." I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh,
He gave the
my
finger
God.
to a midget.
Very good, Mike.
Wow.
I said, "Boy, God
Did
almighty."
he say to you, I see where your son gets his attitude
oh,
from?
yeah. Oh, yeah, I used to get that all the time. I see where your son gets it.
Wow.
Which is funny because you're the nice one. I'm a bitch because of her.
You get barred from camp for giving the finger to a
The
midget.
both of you too.
Right.
Wow.
I guess I shouldn't have laughed.
Ah.
I was
Oh my
supposed to be a disciplinary father.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. You had to be.
But,
I will talk to Michael and we'll discuss
see.
this and I
We'll
will
see
punish
that.
him accordingly.
It never happens again,
You
But,
were still laughing when you tried to tell me.
Wow.
it was too funny, man.
That's
Oh my god, wait,
hysterical.
we had super chats as
That's
we
too
got
much.
to. Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Who've we missed?
Someone said you doxed my tattoo.
Everybody knew that you had a tattoo. Everybody.
I have
And it's
many,
actually,
but they
it's actually,
suck.
it's a good looking tattoo. It's just
You're
old.
like me.
You're not old.
Where's
You're not old.
chats?
The tattoo
Tracy.
aged, but you didn't.
Aw. Thank you, Tracy. Lesbian, high class, love it.
Yeah, see?
Say it, Dad. Say it.
Lesbian.
Lesbian.
No, you said it right. Oh my god.
Lesbian.
Liz, thank you so much, Liz. Mikey, when are you gonna make your mom's scalloped potatoes on video? Oh my god, damn, good memory. Lung capacity and heart size doesn't change. Happy birthday, Mikey. You would love Liz, by the way. She's
Oh, yeah?
amazing. Yeah,
Hi,
I don't know how
Liz.
you remember that, but I told him that you make the best potato. My potatoes cannot. That sounds like.
You know, Liz, he's a great cook. He really is.
He really is.
Oh,
Terrific
Michael.
cook.
true.
Okay.
The best cook
That's true.
Whatever.
I know.
The number of times I've come over, Johnny, I'm making dinner. All right.
That's how I get you to
I'm
watch
just like,
horror
okay.
movies with me. That's how I get him to
dinner
watch horror
time,
movies.
baby.
That's how I get you to watch horror movies with me. I cook, you eat, we watch it.
I still need to watch the Scream movies. We need to do like a Scream. We need to do a Scream marathon. I haven't seen any of the Scream movies.
I have that on tape
Ever.
now, and that was so much fun when we
So-
watched the new one together.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Did
like
you guys
our,
like it?
that's our
It was
series.
good? The movie?
What's that?
You enjoyed the movie?
I did, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good.
I did.
That's good.
Wait, so I have a game for us. Are you guys ready for this?
Uh-oh.
Someone, oh yeah, Leah said that's how I'm gonna get her to watch scary movies too.
By cooking?
Through food. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's literally like the only reason I cook, to get people to watch. We have to watch X, by the way. We were gonna go see it, and then we couldn't.
Right.
I have
That's
it.
right.
I have it.
Oh, you have it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We have to watch it.
Okay.
What are we gonna try? What was I saying? Oh yeah. So someone sent this idea in, and it's the best thing ever. So we are going to quiz my parents on woke terminology.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
So I've told you guys how all about, the left has all their jargon and their buzzwords and their craziness.
Right.
So they have all these different terms and issues and stuff. So we will name one, and you guys have to guess what it means, or if you know the great.
Do you have a
See what you
list?
think it means. Oh, I have a
You
list.
have, like, a list of
I have a
words?
list. Let me know if I'm
Okay.
leaving anything out. Okay.
No, I was gonna say I will get onto Urban Dictionary
I have
right
a list
now
of
and
some.
help. But if you got something, then let's
You
let's
guys
do that.
send some in if we're missing any.
Oh, yeah,
What?
yeah.
Now
Send your favorites in to
Now your fans are gonna see
Friends, not fans.
friends. Okay, I'm gonna see how dumb your parents are.
No,
No,
you
no,
guys
no,
are
no, no.
not. Like,
That's
believe
not
me,
the
we
case.
wish we didn't know this shit. We wish we could stick a toothbrush in our ear and scrub our brain of
Oh,
this
yeah.
shit.
It's like whenever we hear these words, it's like ear needles.
Really?
It's
Oh,
ear needles. Yeah.
So just remember, y'all are the same ones.
all right.
Let me see.
Oh, you're the same ones. That's the problem.
Uh,
Okay, wait. Okay. So first up,
Ooh, that's a good one.
microaggression. What is a microaggression?
a person who is just a little bit aggressive.
Mom, what is a microaggression?
A person who loves microwaves.
And they're angry about it.
I
freaking love microwaves!
Wrong.
Okay.
I mean, Herb got kind of close.
No, he said it's a person who's aggressive.
A little bit.
But they're not.
aggressive.
They're
It's
not.
like-
Anyway.
Well, no. Okay, so the term is like what we think microaggression is versus what they think microaggression is.
Okay,
like
so
the left's definition.
It's
of
like
microaggression.
a slight, but a teeny little tiny one. So they have their list. If you go to college, they have their lists of examples of microaggressions, and
Right.
asking somebody, where are you from?
Right.
That's a microaggression against them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As simple as that.
Or what are remember that whole list? What are
Oh,
the
I remember
What are the
one of
microaggressions?
the big ones with, especially with black women, is the hair thing. Like
Oh.
if you make a comment about the hair, or
Uh-oh.
you want to touch
I'm in
the
trouble.
hair, it's
Oh.
it's apparently a microaggression.
Wow. I better be careful
Me
because
too.
there's people where I live, and I sometimes remark about their hair, how much I love it.
Right.
Only
Oh, you've microaggressed.
that, is that being condescending? I didn't think so.
Okay. Next one.
Okay, can I?
Cis.
Ooh.
CIS.
Sis.
What is cis?
Well, I knew a big time casting director.
I thought you were going to say I feel a big time sissy.
I remember.
Should we tell what it's short for?
Go ahead.
That-
It
Yeah,
is short for cisgender.
Sis.
CIS. What is cisgender?
Oh,
Boy,
You guys hear that one before?
I haven't heard that.
No.
No.
Ooh.
Or would you say that?
All I knew was Sis Corman, who was a great casting director in Hollywood. Cisgender.
So
No.
it is 99.5% of the population. So a person who is not transgender, which is everybody almost, we now need to call us all. We're cis. We're
Oh.
cisgender.
I don't like being called that.
No, fuck
I
that.
hate.
Fuck
I
you.
fucking hate
Fuck
being
you.
called
oh,
cis.
that is
No,
so.
That's so
Screwed
Right,
up.
Esteban?
Yeah, it's essentially to the left, to a lot of those folks, a cis person is someone who identifies with the gender that they were assigned at birth, the gender they were
You're not
born
assigned anything.
Exactly. But that's how they phrase it.
Wow.
That's like the word games that they play, the mental gymnastics.
Oh, okay.
No, I haven't.
You
heard
have
that.
these teachers who teach students, and they say, hey, when a baby
You
is
mentioned
born,
that.
the doctor looks at it and makes a
A
guess
guess!
as to what gender it is, and it's just like, oh, you don't look and see if it's a boy or a girl
A guess.
based on the genitals. Like,
Right.
it's not a guess. You didn't go to medical school to make guesses.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
Go ahead.
I am.
Pansexual.
I don't even fully understand this
Yeah,
word.
sure.
What is a
That-
pansexual?
that's-
Mom, you guess
Go
first.
ahead.
What is a pansexual?
First thing that comes to your head.
Just take a guess.
Someone who loved Peter. I don't fucking know. What do I know?
So Wendy was the pansexual.
Wendy was a
Exactly.
pansexual. Yep.
Exactly.
Dad, what is a pansexual?
Someone who changes their sexuality from one to the other frequently.
That would make more sense. No, it is. I think their words change all the time. It's a person who, instead of being, like a bisexual is attracted to men and women, but a pansexual is you're also attracted to all the other genders.
What are the other genders?
Thank you,
Herb, I'm so glad you're here with us today.
Yeah.
What are all the other genders?
Yeah.
Is there a list? Is there a compilation somewhere that we can reference?
I like I said, maybe I'm old. I only thought there were two genders.
There are.
You are the normal one. I
There
promise
are.
you. Okay. Next up, Latin X,
Latinx.
or is it Latin?
I don't know.
LATIN.
I've heard it both ways.
And an X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Latinx. Jesus. People who were
This almost isn't fair.
people who were against Latinos.
No, see.
What about
saying,
you, Annabella?
What's that?
Do you
Yeah,
know
what's
what it means?
Latinx?
Do you know what Latinx
Yeah,
is?
Latinx.
You want to take a
Oh.
stab at it?
I don't know.
So
Frito Bandito.
what?
The
Frito Bandito.
So no, you can't say Latino. That's very offensive.
Or Latina.
Or Latina.
Even though
Because-
Spanish has gendered
course.
words that end in O and A.
Oh.
But so now everyone has to be called Latin X because Latino or Latina is not inclusive of all the other genders.
It's not inclusive.
Of all the other genders.
I see. So Latinx means I still don't.
No one does.
Nobody
don't
does.
I don't
It's
either.
basically supposed to be an all-inclusive term for Latin people,
I see.
Okay, next one. Mom.
even though they didn't ask for it and they don't like it.
Right.
Mom, what is
Yes.
mansplaining?
Ooh, that's a good
What is
one.
it?
Mansplaining.
When lesbians beat men up. I have no idea. No idea.
Do you want to know or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Dad, what is mansplaining?
Mansplaining, when lesbians. When lesbians.
Lesbian.
Why
There's
is
the
it all about
pronunciation
the
again.
lesbian?
Lesbian. The
Lesbian.
classy way to say it. The classy way to say it.
When
My grandmother and my
lesbians,
mother said that.
explain things from a man's viewpoint.
Ooh, that's half close.
No.
Well, the man's viewpoint part is accurate.
So when a man ever, at any time for any reason, says anything to a woman or explains something, that's mansplaining. And
Yeah.
the feminists would be very angry.
Yeah, God forbid,
Wow.
God forbid that a man who knows more about a particular subject than a woman does,
Right.
whatever that scenario may be, God forbid, he explained that subject to that person, to that woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it's
This terminology
it's
is
a divisive
wild.
buzzword. Yeah, no, it's
All right, next
a
one.
made up word.
BIPOC.
By what?
BIPOC.
Spell it out.
BIPOC.
Anything to do with Botox?
With Botox?
Yes.
No.
Botox.
I do. It's
Multiple
an acronym. I know what it means. I know
You
what it
know
means.
the first. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so you think it's Botox?
I do.
BIPOC. Wow.
Multiple Botox.
It's when a friend says goodbye to his friend Pock.
Bye, Pac.
That would make more sense.
I'm getting an education here.
No, it's a bad education.
You know what words to roll your eyes
Yeah.
at is what it is.
Yeah. You know, John, I'm going to go home and lock myself in a closet.
So
Okay, so what is
BIPOC,
it?
BIPOC it's an acronym that stands for Black, Indigenous, and People of Color.
Oh, really?
Black, Indigenous.
Black, Indigenous, and People of Color.
I had
Wow.
no idea.
Did you care?
So when they
Did
say,
you
"Oh,
care?
we want to lift BIPOC, we want to lift BIPOC voices," you're talking about Black people, Indigenous people, Native Americans, and then
Right.
every other person who's not white.
It sounds like a
You know.
bisexual thing, but
BIPOC.
it's not.
Is that a common
A
expression?
little bit?
Oh, all of these. It's not about
Mhm.
common or uncommon. It's about they're being just like force fed. They're being shoved down our throats.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
Next one.
We're doing
Which
great.
one?
0 for 10 already.
Maybe.
Culture. Okay.
Yeah.
Cultural appropriation.
Cultural appropriation?
Appropriation.
Cultural appropriation.
Well, I would guess finances put into the culture of the country.
That would make more sense.
Cultural appropriation.
I would say when the culture is approved.
By what? What?
I don't
By the appropriation.
by the appropriation.
Appropriation committee.
Oh, Eddie, I love you.
They're so gross. How would you explain? Help me.
Cultural appropriation.
So,
if
according to leftists, one culture cannot enjoy anything from another. So, like, if a white person wears dreadlocks, that's cultural appropriation. If someone who isn't Japanese wears a kimono, that's cultural appropriation.
if you dress up as an Indian for Halloween, if your child dresses up as a Native American for Halloween, but your child is white, it's cultural appropriation.
Is that a no-no?
But the thing is, it's only a cultural appropriation when white people do it. I saw a recent article. There's a TV show about Vikings called Vikings, and there's a black woman who plays the character, and she says, "Oh, I saw myself in this Viking queen," and call me crazy. I have Viking heritage. I'm mostly Nordic.
You fucking looked like it when you had your hair long too.
I tell you guys, anytime I just go by a coastal city, I just want to ransack it. It's a compulsive thing. But this actress, I don't even know her name, but she was saying, "Oh yeah, I saw myself in this Viking queen," and I don't care who plays what role. Like the actor playing the role never bothered me, but if you're going for historically accurate, I don't know that there were very many black Vikings out there.
Right.
Or did you see where they cast a black woman as Anne Boleyn?
I did not see that. What was this for?
The Anne Boleyn show? I don't fucking know.
Oh, Anne Boleyn was King Henry's mistress.
Who is?
Didn't she have her head cut off?
Yeah, that was Mary Queen of Scots. Oh, well, probably her.
She was guillotined, right?
I think one of them. Yeah,
I think so.
Mary Queen of Scots was like a little hussy. She had, when they beheaded her, she wore like red undergarments.
Really?
She was a thing in her day.
Boy.
Wow.
And it took like multiple chops to
Really?
get her head off.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't know why I know
that
this.
tough.
gross.
She was
So gross.
Tough Scottish woman.
I don't know.
We
why I
don't
know
believe
this.
in getting our heads cut off on the first try.
Yeah.
You've got to do it multiple times in order to get it done right.
I don't know why I know this. Send us in, by the way, if you have any super
Have we
chats,
gotten
any
suggestions
questions,
about,
any things you would like us.
about
Oh, by
terms? Do we get any
Yeah,
suggestions?
we'll be glad to answer them for you.
When Elizabeth
Yes.
Warren scammed Native American heritage to get a minority
oh,
scholarship
that's
to
a good
Harvard.
one.
Yes, cultural appropriation.
That's like actual.
Actual
Did you
cultural
hear about that?
appropriation.
Elizabeth Warren pretending to be a Native American. Excuse me.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
You know Elizabeth Warren.
Of course.
She's like 1/32 Cherokee or something.
Well,
like
no.
that.
Oh
Like
no!
some
You're
far-
giving her way too much of fuck credit. So she, for like her whole career, said she was Native American, and she got jobs for Native Americans, scholarships for Native Americans. She put out her Native American recipes in the Native American fucking powwow chow cookbook. I know the name of it. See, I don't know why I know half the fucking things I know.
It's called
Anyway.
the Bow Wow Chow Cookbook.
Powwow chow.
Powwow show.
Anyway, so I forget how it first came to light, though, that she was lying about it. So Trump was making fun of her, and she goes, "Oh, really? I'm going to take a DNA test and prove it." And I don't know who told her this was a good idea. So she takes the DNA test, and it comes back that she is 1,024th Native American.
Oh,
Wow.
So we're all more Native American than
So
she
that's
is.
why. So that explains why he kept calling her Pocahontas afterwards.
Did you ever see where he
Yeah,
called her
I
Pocahontas?
did.
And it was this one. He
I
calls
always
her
wondered
Pocahontas.
why he kept calling her
Really?
Pocahontas. I thought it was because she was like, like sort of like just enough Native American to get all the benefits. But it sounds like she wasn't even that much. Native
No,
American.
no,
Wow.
but it's amazing when he called her Pocahontas at a thing. This woman in the crowd yells out. So he's like, "Oh yeah, Pocahontas," and this woman in the crowd calls out, "That's very offensive." And Trump goes, "Oh, is it? Oh, I'm so sorry." So Pocahontas.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a good favorite clip of him.
Oh boy.
Tracy, you're the best. Thank you. I'm Scottish and I feel appropriated by you, Johnny.
Hey, half my father's side of the family is Scotch Irish, so
So is Jeremy.
It is my culture as well. On my mom's side,
Elizabeth
of the family,
is
it's,
flabbergasted at powwow chow.
me too. Like, I wonder if it's like being sold on Amazon, like Amazon cookbooks. I gotta know.
We need to get a copy.
I gotta know. I want to look up. Oh, wow.
So some people
Chow.
were asking me. So, Mom, you've lived here
This
like
can't be a real
in New
book.
York most of your life. You've always lived here. You're born here, Dad.
Right.
People who aren't here, I think, don't get what the city has turned into. What are your thoughts as a lifelong New Yorker?
Oh yeah.
Wow. You want to go first?
Yeah. I moved here at 20 years old. I was all that. I had a 4-story walk up. I thought the world was mine. This city, in my opinion, has gone from the greatest city in the world to the biggest piece of shit in the world. Sorry.
How do you really feel?
I was gonna say, don't mince words with us, Annie.
Right.
Like that. And I mean that. I would be happy, very happy, to move my family and my loved one over there to Florida
I want to go say,
Ooh.
I want to come.
because
I hear
this
Florida's nice
is no
this time of year.
place for man nor beast.
Well,
Just my thought.
how do you feel, Dad?
Well,
He's going to say that, but in a nicer way.
No, Dad
Well-
loves the city.
Still?
I've always loved New York because
Yeah.
basically it's hard for me to go elsewhere only because I always made my living here. The music industry was dominant here. There are other places, Nashville, LA, a lot of, but New York, we had all the music publishers here, all the recording studios. I always loved New York. To
There's a
be
lot of
honest with
history.
you, I don't like what I see now.
Thank you.
I
The
can't.
music. Hello.
Well, the music.
Talk about the city.
It's not the city itself. It's it's just not what it was, you know. Like we used to go to a Broadway show and everyone got dressed up and everything. Nowadays, I went to see a Funny Girl a couple of weeks ago.
How did you not tell me that?
I don't know. I forgot.
Was it good? No?
Well, it was good. No, it was good.
Was
but
the fat girl good?
She was terrific, but I didn't think she was great in that role. There were a lot of things I felt, you know, we could hold a whole discussion on that.
Right.
A lot of things I felt weren't great. For example, the biggest thing, as long as you're asking me, the thing I disliked the most was it seems that the orchestra was watered down. So I guess there were probably some budget problems or something. So when I heard the overture, you know, myself being a musician, I'm listening for, you know, it's an overture.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it sounded weak. It sounded second rate. It sounded like what we would do in a club. It didn't sound to me like Broadway. And even towards the end, like when they sing people who need people are the luckiest people. Boom, timpani in, boom, the boom. I mean, big. They didn't have a timpani. They had a drum playing those hits. So are the luckiest, bing, people, bing. I mean, it had no balls. It had no.
Like the city now.
I like that. I like
the
that.
The strings were not as full and fat, and
That's like the least of it, though. Like,
but that's,
people are talking about, like,
I mean, it's
crime everywhere, and
it's
you're
a
talking about the
noticeable
orchestra at fucking Funny Girl.
well, you know,
Hey man,
it's
it's a noticeable enough thing.
you asked me about
I'm sorry,
it.
I'm kidding.
No, it's
well, I won't go further with it.
No, you can't.
She's a very talented girl. What's her
Who
name?
is she?
Beanie Feldstein.
Never heard of her.
Terrific talent, and however, that was such a definitive role by Streisand.
right.
So they did everything they could to get away from Streisand because they
Not
didn't.
going to happen.
You think that's why it was
Cut.
different? You
And
just wanted to go.
So they went
Different
with
direction.
a short, overweight girl who wasn't very attractive.
See, he's not like my mom. He tries to say it in a nice way, but they end up at the same conclusion. Mom would just be like, that fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this lovely overweight girl.
Because I've heard only nice things about her, and she is. They did a number called Sergeant Schwartz from Rockaway, and it was in the original, and it's a funny piece of business. I'm Sergeant Schwartz from Rockaway. When I come, they hear me a block away. It's just fun. But it was a real tour de force number. She tap danced like no, she was great. And that number was fantastic. But there were other things I just didn't believe. I didn't believe the character. This Nicky Onstein, who's a big-time gambler, tall, handsome dude who could get any woman in the world, falls for this obese, short comedian.
Right.
It was, I don't mean to be unkind because she's a very talented.
That's what we're here
Be
for.
as
That's what
unkind
we're
as you
here
want to
for.
be, man.
But the
We
thing
don't
is,
care.
I was going to say, though.
you didn't believe the relationship. So when they break up, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't hit you in the heart.
Like,
because
she's fat because she's fat.
Because it's just more. It's unbelievable. That
it was
way.
an incongruous relationship to begin with, in my opinion. Meanwhile, let me say this: the people there loved it. They loved it. I don't know when they're. It was in previews.
I'm gonna go see Chicago next month.
I want to go with Pamela
And
Anderson.
That's great.
Don't they still
Pamela
require
Anderson,
the vaccine?
Pamela Anderson from Baywatch is gonna be playing Roxy
Don't
Hart.
they still require the vaccine?
I don't think so.
Dad.
I don't know.
Didn't we see the movie together, man?
Yeah, that's like the best
Chicago?
movie.
Yeah, it was.
You haven't seen the movie?
No, we watched it here.
Oh, yeah, we did.
watched Chicago here. Yeah. No, I saw the tweet from Vanity Fair or something like that saying that Pamela Anderson was going to do Broadway from April to June. I sent it to my brother. I said, dude, Pammy's going to be here doing Chicago when you come to visit me.
Right.
And he wasted no time. He texted me back like 30 seconds later, and he's like, "We have to go."
Right.
Like, we have to go. I'm like, okay. what are you thinking? Rear orchestra? He's like, at least rear orchestra. So he got online. He got our tickets, and they weren't that much. They weren't that much. And then the other day, I looked, and the price had doubled for rear orchestra tickets.
Oh.
Like ever since previews ended and like the show started running, and everybody was like, "Oh, Pamela Anderson's on Broadway."
Right.
So
Elizabeth
got lucky. Got lucky
Elizabeth says you need your own YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Definitely.
I like that idea.
Definitely.
Well, thank you, Elizabeth. That's really kind of you.
But no, we were saying about the state of the city.
The state.
Oh,
Do you
yes.
remember? Do you remember that night that we were in Duane Reade? Where was it? I think Upper West Side. And there's a guy just like throwing shit everywhere, knocking shit off the shelves. And we said to the woman at the counter, like, don't you like call the cops or anything? And they were just like, they were so unfazed by it. She was like, no, this is every night. They do nothing.
Yeah, I do recall that. Look,
Wow.
honestly, I'd have to be an idiot to say that the city is like it always has been. No, it's not. It's gone downhill in a lot of ways, and I'm not thrilled about it. I'm just wondering how much is due to COVID. You know, people being afraid, places being closed. I used to work at a club called Swifties on Lexington Avenue. Between whatever, no addresses, but it's closed now anyway. So, so I used to work there, and it was fantastic. The people who came in there, all celebrities, it was great. And I played. It was great, and then they closed, and I'm not sure if it was.
But
COVID
it's not because of COVID. It's because of the government. It's because of the fucking lockdowns. It's not because of a disease with a 99.9%.
It's
survival rate.
It's 100% the lockdowns. One of the things they said was if businesses continue to have like lockdowns and stuff like that, they estimated that about in the beginning of the lockdowns, they said about 30% of small New York businesses wouldn't survive.
Right.
And you're like. Super
and lo and behold, they were right, and they did it anyway.
Well, De Blasio, I think it was criminal, but
and now this guy is just as bad. People were like, "Oh, he's Eric different."
But to go further with what you asked me, first of all, I used to take the subway every day. I haven't been to the subway now in about 3 years. I don't want to go. You hear these stories, the crime and the
pushers.
He calls me all the time, and it's like, make sure on the subway you stand back. You're gonna get pushed with your mouth. Someone's gonna find you and push you because of something you said.
Well, with the shooting that just happened.
Yeah,
you guys texted me.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because I live in Brooklyn.
Right, that's right. Yeah. I said to Michael, stay the hell off the subway, And then we said, yeah, John lives right. Michael told me you live right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, well, like that's 36th Street. It's
what's that?
I used to live close to that neighborhood. Yeah, it was on the N train.
Jesus.
But the 36th Street stop, like,
but
I used to have to go through there all the time. Well, I had to go through that station to get home.
We used to go on the subways all the time. It was never a problem.
Right.
I saw people fucking on the subway the other day.
Are you kidding?
No.
Whoa.
No, and this guy I showed you because there was a guy when I was going to the grocery store. This was like a couple months ago. There's a guy down the block. There's a guy down the block. One of those buildings where there's like a spotlight in front.
Yeah.
Laying down, pants around his ankles.
Showed me this.
Doing something not good.
Oh.
He was beating his meat.
And I had to pass him going to the grocery store, and he's making eye contact with me. And then I had to pass him again on my way back.
Well, and
I took a video
of this. So I remember you showing this to me because I'm like, there's no way. Like, Mike, you're totally embellishing. You had too much to drink. You smoked something.
Right.
I don't know. But then he showed me the video, and it is just like he said. He was. It's all darkness except for this one spot of light, and that's where he chose to lay down and pull his pants down and start touching himself.
Oh,
just like
well, the guy couldn't stay out of the spotlight, right?
I think he wanted an audience. He wanted an audience.
Showbiz.
He was making like eye contact with.
It's showbiz.
Maybe if it was cute.
That's like the worst.
But I'm not thrilled with where New York has gone over the last
and you can
3,
commit
4, 5 years.
and will you commit right now on camera so you never ever vote Democrat again?
Well,
It's my birthday.
Oh,
My birthday wish.
Well,
boy.
For you, I might agree.
Oh, I love you.
Yeah.
If
As
you
soon
guys,
as the camera comes off, Herb is gonna beat the shit out of me.
why did you make me say that? You son of-
That's right.
For your own good, yeah. If you guys have any super chats, final things, we should probably wrap up in a little bit. I have an early flight. Come to Texas this weekend. Come see me. Carrie, Blair, James Lindsay, Sean, so many amazing people. Myth Informed. I wish you were coming.
I would like that.
They need to hire you as their photographer.
That'd be fun.
But yes, come. There's I think there's a link below. So get tickets. Hey Grady. So yes, any things you feel like you need to get off your chest, final remarks, whatever.
I don't know. When it comes to final remarks, you see, these guys are all young kids.
Not anymore.
Who?
Not
Where?
He ain't.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
And being the age I'm at now, 90. I'm gonna
He's
be
fucking 90.
91 next month, in May 15th.
And he goes to the damn gym and works and you're not 90 on the inside.
No, well, I pride myself in not being,
No.
As a matter of
not at
fact,
all.
I'm just finishing a book I'm writing, and
I can't wait to read that.
I can't wait for all Mike's fans to read it. It's
Friends.
It's all friends. Sorry, it's all. It's mostly about being 90 and still not giving in to old age, because I run into so many people. This cab driver was complaining, I can't drive anymore. I'm too old to do this. I said, how old are you? He says, I'm going to be 60 next month.
Oh,
I said, well, I don't want to burst your bubble, but,
wow.
but I got you by 30 years. So
You're just sitting there.
yeah,
Go on.
But I run into that a lot, and there's just so many things that I say in the book, that I love to say to people. There was a great quote, I must say, that I know you're not a Biden fan, but he was meeting with the Pope, and there was a great athlete named Satchel Paige. I'm sure most of you don't know him.
I do.
But Satchel Paige was a great, great black pitcher, amazing pitcher. But in those days, the black athletes, until Jackie Robinson came along, weren't allowed in the major leagues. So he was in the Negro League. They didn't open the door for him to get into the majors till he was in his 40s. So can you imagine a rookie in the major leagues at 40 years of age? So
around all these 20-year-old guys who are
So anyway, Biden was with the Pope, and they were both complaining about their ages, and
and now we're all complaining about Biden's age.
Well, forget that. But this isn't a political thing. So Biden said to the Pope, Satchel Paige said, when this reporter said to him, how is it, at 40s, do you really think you can pitch in the major leagues at 40? I think it was about 46 even. And so Satchel Paige said to him, and this is what Biden said to the Pope, he said, if you didn't know your age, how old would you be? And I just thought that was a great quote from Paige.
But Satchel Paige said it first.
Satchel Paige said it.
Okay.
Then Biden is just fucking plagiarizing again.
Just stealing. He's just stealing the words of another black man.
I didn't mean to get into politics, but the thing is,
and by the way,
that's the way I feel.
Oh, that's great.
I try not to think of the age, and the important thing when you get older, and you friends, and Mike, talk to your parents, talk to your grandparents. I'm very serious. Once you stop thinking, once you stop creating or learning or being busy, you sit in front of the TV and you moan and groan, that's when you get old.
Yeah.
And so I'm writing a book, I'm writing music. I wrote a song for you that you haven't even heard yet.
Oh,
You're doing
Yeah.
YouTube broadcasts right now?
Yeah.
You're going
doing-
live?
You become a YouTuber?
Yeah.
You know, so I don't think of myself as 90. I really don't. And I try to keep busy. I was losing my memory, and so I start learning a lot of lyrics to songs, and I started singing, and I sing pretty decently. And so I've learned all these songs. I have a list now of about 150 songs where I know all the lyrics, the verses, and it's amazing. So, but it keeps it improved my memory.
I was just going to
That's
say,
great. That's great.
it's not Biden's age, it's the fact that he has dementia. Because you're older.
Yeah.
Oy.
Just saying. Can we just let it be known now,
You're
by
just
the way?
saying-
Can we just let it be known now, by the way, that you did not vote for Biden?
I
No.
didn't.
I know. I was
No,
clearing it up.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't mean to get into political. I was just trying to make a point, actually, about
I
Satchel.
know.
I like that. I like
You-
that.
You know, how old?
If you didn't-
How old would you be if you didn't know your?
Like,
Biden
like
is
you're-
appropriating black
You're only
culture.
as old as you feel.
I love that. He's
Oh, yeah.
culturally appropriating.
That's funny.
Wait, there was one question that I got from Leah and some people who wanted to know, like, in like a semi-short version, they wanted to know how you two met.
I like this
Well,
story.
Oh,
I
I've heard this one
you-
before. You guys have
I
told me this one
remember
before.
well.
You want to talk
Yeah.
without cursing?
No, fuck without
Curse as
cursing.
much as you
Come on.
want. Curse as much as you want. That's what the
You
people are
wanna
here
tell
for.
her
That's what the
to-
people want.
You see what I have to put up with? I'm in a family with a bunch of cursers. Go ahead, tell them.
Okay.
How'd we meet?
Well, my late father, Jimmy Roselli, rest in peace, great talent, wanted me to open his show in Westbury Music Fair. And so I had no arrangements. I was a club singer and I had no arrangements. So he called to write something for me. And the rest is history. I was, 20? I was 20. I was working a room called O'Connor's in Watchung, New Jersey. And wasn't it Watchung?
I don't think it was. I know it was O'Connor's,
It's
but
O'Connor.
I didn't think it
It
was,
was somewhere-
Watchung.
Uh,
But whatever.
Johnny Pizzarelli used to work there with me back to back. Anyway, my dad took Herb Bernstein to write for me. And the rest is history.
When was the first time
So-
you guys met each other face to face, though? Like in a room together?
I fell madly in love with him at first sight. And I turned to my piano player, my mentor, Hutch Davey, and I said to Hutch, I'm going to marry that man. He said, you're crazy. I said, watch, I'm going to marry that man. And so, that many years ago, I did.
So it shows
wow.
you the power of a woman. You know. Here I was without a clue, and she's.
Oh yeah,
talking-
she's already picked out her
Oh,
wedding dress and
no.
everything.
That's baloney. You followed me out in the parking lot.
No, that's where. See, that's where we met.
Yes, that's
Her
true.
father drove me out to. We went out to Jersey. He wanted me to hear Annie sing, and so I get an idea of what she does, and we pick a couple of tunes that she could open his show, and so we went to O'Connor's, and we just got out of the car in the parking lot, and up pulls this. I think it was a Buick at the time. And she pulls up in this
It was a
Buick,
Buick.
and this gorgeous.
Did she crash it?
And of course, that was one time she didn't crash it. One of the few times. But so this gorgeous young lady gets out of the car, and Jim calls out, Annie, come meet her.
Ah,
And he didn't know what he was doing.
Ah.
I
he
think
meant well.
the following week he wanted to have me killed.
Oh
So
boy!
that's another story.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Ah.
anyway, we met in the parking lot, and it was, my God, how many years? It was maybe 40 years ago.
No more.
I was 20.
So
So, 44 years ago.
44 years ago, yeah. and we're still here yelling at each other.
So you were like the trophy wife.
Yes. To tell you the truth, I guess yes. Yes. Hey,
But
it
but
worked.
but a lot of my friends said to me, "Herb, what are you crazy? She's half your age. You know, you'll be an old man. She'll be wheeling you around." in a
Now you're-
wheelchair." So thank God that hasn't happened yet. Maybe in a few months. I don't know.
Oh,
But anyway, we met, and it was really one of those things, love at
Oh.
first sight.
Oh.
It was.
We still love each other. and
yes, we do.
it's been a lot of years, a lot
Yeah,
of
Yep.
good years.
good years.
So we had you, so it's got.
Oh, great.
So,
Lucky you.
but despite that, we're still together.
Ow!
That is a story of hope in the face of great hardship.
Shut up. I hate you.
I love you.
to know Mike is to love him.
Absolutely.
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 I don't know about that,
Hands
but
Hands down.
all right, we should probably wrap up. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been like the best birthday. I love you so much, Johnny.
Me too.
Happy birthday, honey.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
Happy birthday, Mike.
I love you. I will, and also I want to say, like, I know it's my birthday, so Mom, I love you so much.
I love you too. So
And
much.
you were on last time, so like now I want to like talk to you, Dad. That like I know it's my birthday, but like I want to give my birthday to you and just have it
Oh.
be like you
How
day.
sweet.
Because this guy's my best friend, and like you he never puts himself first. He always thinks of my mom and I before anyone. I love you.
I love you, honey. I love you.
Thank
so
you
much.
guys for coming on my
That's
channel. Thank
great.
you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Come to Texas, Fort Worth on Saturday. Myth Informed. It's gonna be great, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm hosting.
Absolutely.
If you have any like
That's how we know
Tips.
it's going to be great. Because Mike's hosting.
set like low expectations, maybe. I can't believe I'm hosting it.
Mine are up here. Off
Shut
camera.
up!
Off camera.
He's
They're
shutting
so
up!
high, they're off camera.
All right, love you guys. I'll see you when I get back from Texas or in Texas. Come to Texas. Tell them to come to Texas.
Come to Texas.
Now you have
Come
to.
Go to
Go to
Texas.
Texas.
All right, good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.